Good morning everyone. Today we will be discussing the different types of reproduction in plants, from asexual to sexual reproduction, focusing on the unique characteristics of each method. Let's get started. Asexual and sexual reproduction are both key for plants. Asexual reproduction allows for a quick and efficient reproduction of a species without needing a second parent. This includes vegetative propagation, budding, fragmentation, and spore formation. Sexual reproduction instead needs a second parent and involves the pollination of a flower to generate a seed. This fertilization allows for more genetic diversity, giving plants the ability to adjust to different environments. Understanding these two types of reproduction can help us better comprehend plant growth and health. Asexual reproduction is an important part of a plant's life cycle. Several forms of reproduction exist, such as vegetative propagation, budding, fragmentation, and spore formation. Vegetative propagation is the most common method, where parts of the existing plant, such as stem, roots, and leaves, are used to create new plants. For example, a stem cutting from a rose or money plant can be planted and a new plant will form. Potatoes have small buds known as eyes, and a piece containing an eye can be planted to create a new plant. Other plants, such as bryophyllum, reproduce from buds within their leaves. Cacti can be propagated through asexual means as well. Exploring some efficient methods for reproducing plants, vegetative propagation can be accomplished through stem cutting of roses, money plants, ginger, and bryophyllum, as well as prickly pear cactus flowering. Additionally, bryophyllum leaf propagation is a creative way of using plants in apartments, such as seen in Zing 03. This process takes advantage of plants' totipotency, a property that allows them to regenerate a whole plant from just one cell. Should anyone be looking to increase their indoor greenery, vegetative propagation is an option to consider. Budding is a form of asexual reproduction wherein a small part of the parent organism, known as a bud, develops and eventually separates from it. Through this process, a completely new organism possessing the same genetic material is formed. In yeast cells, the bud that develops eventually matures into a new cell, and with this new cell, more yeast cells can be generated, leading to a rapid reproduction rate. Pollen transfer from the male anther to the female stigma of a flower is an essential process for plants to reproduce sexually. This can occur through wind, water or living agents, like birds or insects. Self-pollination takes place when the pollen grains come from the same flower, and cross-pollination occurs when the pollen grains come from a different flower. Fertilizing the ovules this way allows plants to generate seeds with genetic diversity. Fertilization is a key element in the reproduction of plants. The merging of a sperm cell from the male gametophyte and an egg cell from the female gametophyte forms a zygote. This zygote then matures into an embryo, which in turn develops into the seed, and the ovary evolves into the fruit. Pollination is vital for this process as it enables contact between the sperm and egg, thereby allowing fertilization to take place. Seeds are essential to the reproductive cycle of many plants, and dispersal is a critical part of that cycle, as it enables a plant to propagate to new areas, capitalizing on fresh resources. There are two forms of seed dispersal we will go over: wind and water, as well as dispersal through animals. Seeds dispersed by wind are usually lightweight and may have wings or hairs to help them travel further. Plants that use wind dispersal comprise drumstick, maple, sunflower, and AAK. Seeds dispersed by water usually feature a spongy or fibrous outer layer, which allows them to remain afloat to greater distances. Coconuts are a notable example of water-dispersed seeds. Additionally, seeds can be dispersed through animals, which normally have hooks or spines to attach to the animal's body. Xanthium is an example of a plant dispersed by animals. We have reached the end of our discussion on seed dispersal. Thank you for your attention.